What are you going to do tomorrow if at the end of it all, having come all these miles with all these leaders in the room, we just get given a text at the last minute and saying, take it or leave it?
Well, that's not for me to decide. We have our Prime Minister here, and that's for him to decide how we conclude on that. Do we stay? Do we sign on to something that's pathetic, or do we walk away? And that's not for me to decide. That's the Prime Minister.
Ian, less than 24 hours to go before we're supposed to seal the deal. Are we really here to talk about revealing the deal, given the tone of what I've been hearing?
Well, we've obviously got a lot of problems, you know. Tuvalu has brought forward a legal text to be considered this meeting. 6 months ago we brought forward proposals for a Copenhagen Protocol and amendments to the Kyoto Protocol, and we haven't established a process to even consider those texts. So we seem to be going round in circles trying to avoid the real issue that's on the table.
So is COP15 really just a matter of being sacrificed to process, or bad process?
Well, you know, we're still hopeful that, you know, even in the last hours of the meeting, that we can at least grab something that'll come out of it. But we're very worried that it'll just be passed on to another meeting. You know, that we're not going to really have any substantial conclusion at this meeting.
There's some talk that it could be that the arrangement is that you agree to meet in 6 months, and it all depends on the US Senate. Should that be even something that we're looking at here?
Well, this is an unfortunate state of the world politics, that we're basically being held hostage by what's happening in the US Congress. That decisions of the world are being held up by what's happening in the US, and that's very unfortunate. This issue is much too important for Pacific Island countries. We want something to happen now, but unfortunately we're being held hostage, and that's very, very unfortunate.
Being held hostage, and yet from the tone of many of the Pacific leaders yesterday in the plenary, it seemed like it was just another UN meeting.
Well, yes, I mean, but we have to come to some sort of conclusion. I mean, this is a UN meeting. We're in an international process. The countries of the world, the leaders of the world, have come to this meeting to come and reach a conclusion on how to address climate change, and that's very important. So it is a UN meeting, but it's an important UN meeting, and we have to sort of work on the basis of these sorts of meetings.
So still a glimmer of hope there?
Well, we hope so. I mean, we're still hoping that we can get something out of us to guarantee our future. But it's getting less and less likely as the hours move on.